In news from Jamaica, the opposition is demanding answers from the government about its failed efforts to privatize the Norman Manley International Airport. At the end of the bidding process last year, no investors indicated an interest to take over the airport's operations. It's back to the drawing board for the government as it contemplates its next move to privatize the Norman Manley International Airport, NMIA. Last year, the government had shortlisted 5 international companies to participate in a bidding process for the selection of a concessionaire to further develop and operate the airport. But on Tuesday, Transport and Works Minister Dr. Omar Davies told Parliament that at the end of the bidding process in mid-December 2015, no bids were received. In explaining the disappointment, Dr. Davies says he has instructed the enterprise team to conduct a thorough assessment and to find out from the investors what their challenges were. He's expecting that report by the end of January.
Given that the member in his previous capacity was involved in none of these privatization efforts, there's nothing. Everything suggests his ignorance of the process. The process is that in order to remove direct political involvement, an enterprise team comprising eminently qualified persons is appointed, and that enterprise team interfaces with the multilaterals and interfaces with the potential bidders. The question, therefore, of who authorizes, there are parameters within which the enterprise team operates, parameters approved by Cabinet.
But his opposition counterpart, Mike Henry, was dissatisfied with that explanation. Mr. Henry argues that investors walked away because the government imposed a $2 million bond before applicants could proceed with the bid. Mr. Henry says investors were also turned off because they weren't convinced it was a profitable deal.
Is the minister saying that he did not know the terms of the bid that was sent out by his ministry under the direction of the IFC and his enterprise team? And the question from the opposition is a simple one. Was there a request in that bid for a $2 million bond to also be deposited, which would have a direct impact on the bidders moving away from it because the return on investment was not there? All the minister has to tell me is whether it was the enterprise team or he as a minister who authorized it.
Dr. Davies says Mr. Henry's comments were nothing but assertions.
Contrary to his assertions, one of the firms which didn't submit the bid has already been in contact, and they raised nothing about the bond being the deterrent. The deterrent they posed to us, or which they cited, indicated that the partner they had was not able to come up with their percentage of the required capital injection. So contrary to the members' spurious allegations, spurious, misleading, fool.
The Transport Minister's response angered the parliamentary opposition, who demanded him to withdraw his statement.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Charles, please. Mr. Charles, Minister, just withdraw that for me, please. It was a bit.
Yes, sir.
I am on my feet.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker.
Are you?
Mr. Speaker.
Are you raising a point of order, sir? We cannot come to this place and allow. I have not given you permission to speak. I'm asking. But he has not indicated. He has not indicated. Do not shout at me, please. Do not shout at me. Mr. Charles.
Yes, sir. You know, man, of a account poor. I tell your friend to go and mash him.
and you mash him and say excuse. That's no excuse. That man right out saying go and conquer those drunk rock. Tell him friend, and don't make him withdraw. That's no withdrawal. This member is disrespectful to us. He thinks because he has a PhD, the rest of us are idiots. And he continued to do that in this house.
The Shadow Transport Minister would continue his line of questioning. However, Dr. Davies insisted that he will be in a better position to advise the public after he receives the report from the enterprise team.